Hi, and welcome to another installment about IBD. Alrighty, so today I want to concentrate a little bit extra on Crohn's disease. Now, Crohn's is that mistress we wish we had never met. Um, think Michael Jackson's Dirty Diana. Yeah, not fun. And because, look, medical technology has improved, but not to the extent of actually finding a cure or even anything that relieves the symptoms for very long. And even if it does relieve the one symptom, the side effects are shit. The side effects are actually worse than the condition. So, we're kind of a little screwed. But do you know whether you have Crohn's or not? That's the question. Because I've only just, in the last few years, given it a name. I'm talking beyond creature. It's had the name of creature for a while, but its medical name. And I've actually had it a lot longer than that. I mean, thinking back to my childhood, I can identify many, well, actually all of the symptoms. And so, yeah, that's been a lifelong thing. I mean, as all of you who have watched my previous videos know, I was born with celiac. And that's a different beast, which we'll concentrate on in another video. But that was never taken care of in the sense of I wasn't put on a special diet or made to avoid certain things like dairy and gluten, which, yeah, it kind of just made things worse. But the Crohn's, I can remember the first bleeding experience I had. I was about 11 and there was blood there. Now, I hadn't yet started my journey as a fertile female, if you can call it that. Um, so, I mean, I knew it wasn't that, but yeah, I didn't go and tell my mother because we didn't have this relationship where you share these things. There's a long history there, we're not getting into that in this video either, but I didn't go and tell her. And later on that night, after I had already bathed and whatnot, she noticed that there was blood on my underwear. So she came and she asked me if it had started, and I told her no. And then I did tell her what it was, and she actually said to me, "Oh, you were probably constipated," and it was left. Never ever mentioned again. And by the way, no, I wasn't constipated. Actually, my stomach was running. That was a frequency as well. The veering between constipation and suddenly the sluice gates are open. But I don't know if it was just my parents or if it was the generation that they were. But they didn't give a shit about these things. They didn't really care. I mean, so you sort of don't mention stuff. But Crohn's symptoms made me believe that I've always have had these things. And I was young, I was small. I didn't know that this wasn't normal. I mean, come on. Who the hell goes up to anyone else and says, when you eat food, does it hurt? When you have milk, does it burn? No one. Okay, well, if anyone did, I don't know about it, but I most certainly didn't. And yeah, so it was left, and I just went on with my life, believing that this is normal. But I also didn't adhere to my allergies even as an adult. It was kind of a thought of, ugh, I really want that grilled cheese. Doesn't matter. I'll deal with the pain and the nausea and the possible running stomach and whatnot. It's just a little bit, you know. I didn't realize that years later, the price that I'm paying is far greater than the taste of a grilled cheese, or the milkshake, or the spicy this or the spicy that, or the whatever it was that I was at that moment consuming that I shouldn't have been consuming. So I want all of you guys to kind of think back as far as what you need to kind of identify how long you've had Crohn's disease. And yeah, Crohn's is not fun because Crohn's lacerates your entire GI tract. It lacerates it, which means it's tearing it, it's cutting it. I mean, for me, Crohn's feels as if there are tiny shards of glass running up and down my body. And, that's not fun because then not long thereafter I will actually bleed. And sometimes the bleeding doesn't stop and it's there. But I can give you a bit of advice regarding the bleeding. If you are bleeding, get into a hot bath. The hot bath actually does work. It does stop it. But this video is running a little bit longer than I planned it to run. So I think I'm going to make a part 2 regarding Crohn's, and then different installments regarding celiac and ulcerative colitis. But hold on tight, they'll be coming, and you guys must have an awesome day. And if you are living here in Africa, specifically South Africa, hydrate people, hydrate.